Hey everybody, welcome back to Whiteboard Finance. My name is Marco and I'm here to help you master your money and build your wealth. If you're coming from my previous video of the Fed cutting rates to zero with quantitative easing, you're gonna love this video. We're now talking about a $1 trillion stimulus package. So you get a $1,000 check, you get 50 billion, you get 150 billion, you get 300 billion. Let's go! And the funny thing is, those are real numbers. So in this video, we're gonna be talking about the potential $1 to $1.5 trillion stimulus package that is being worked on right now. Who it's for, we're going to break down the numbers, and then we're going to talk about the timeline of when this is all potentially rolling out, and then finally, my thoughts at the end of the video. Stay tuned. As I've mentioned before, I don't want Whiteboard Finance to become a news channel. I feel like that content is really easy to make. However, these numbers are so big and the ramifications are pretty big, so this is absolute paramount information that you need to know. So let's take a look at who this $1 trillion is earmarked for, because this $1 trillion is coming typically from taxpayers, aka me and you. So let's see where our money is going. 50 billion is earmarked for the airline industry. 25 of that is for immediate grant assistance. The other 25 is for basically low to no interest rate loans and guarantees. Take a look at this screenshot right here. So airlines have actually bought back $45 billion of their own stock with cheap money, and they've actually done this over the past 10 years instead of having cash reserves to weather storms such as this one. They've actually spent 96% of their free cash flow on stock buybacks, which has inflated their stocks over the past 10 years. So for those of you that don't know what free cash flow is, it's the technical definition is, I'm going to leave it on the screen here, it represents the cash available to creditors and investors in a company after accounting for all the OPEX and also the investments in capital. So this is like your buddy that's kind of like dumb, but he gets paid a lot, and he has a bunch of free money at the end of the weekend and he just blows it all, and then he hits you up like 2 months later saying, hey bro, can I borrow some money? I accidentally blew it all. That's pretty much what this scenario is. So moving on to the next tranche is $150 billion in hard-hit sectors. So what's considered a hard-hit sector is basically things like hotels and restaurants, cruise lines, aircraft manufacturers, specifically Boeing, and also the energy industry. Oil is getting crushed right now, although at the time of this recording, it is actually bouncing up right now. So these are the sectors that have been quote-unquote hard-hit. The $300 billion is earmarked for small business, and this one I pretty much agree with, just because I think that a lot of small businesses are the ones that are actually getting the brunt of this. And those qualifications, I don't know what they are because this still hasn't been passed yet officially at the time of this recording, and I will get to the timeline later in this video. So you're thinking to yourself, Marco, this is 50 plus 150, that's 200, plus 300, that's 500 billion. You said this was 1 trillion. Where's that other 500 billion going to? Stay tuned. That money's going to us, baby. Let's go. We're going on vacation. We're going to the casino. Let's go, baby. 500 billy, me and you. Where are we going on vacation? So all joking aside, this actually is proposed to have 2 rounds potentially of $250 billion each. So this is going to be $1,000 per adult, and yes, this actually is going to be a check from the government. There will be stipulations. I'm not sure what the income stipulations will be. Some people have been throwing around $75,000 gross, but again, this has not been passed yet at the time of this recording. So if you make more than 75 grand, sorry, you probably won't qualify, although that's speculation at this point. So $1,000 per adult, 500 bucks per child. Round 1 is expected to be started on April 6th, although I have personal doubts about that. This actually happened in 2008 when they created another stimulus package, and those took about 2.5 months to go out. And then also round 2, if need be, will be May 8th. So my question to you guys, let me know in the comments below, if you do get $1,000 from the government, whether it's from you, for your spouse, for your kids, however much you end up getting, what are you going to do with that money? Let me know down below. So if you really want to know my thoughts, take a look at this tweet. I am voting for this gentleman in 2020 if he pursues public office. Free market capitalism hasn't existed in the United States for many years. No more zombie companies living off cheap money. No more inflated asset prices due to cheap money. No more bailouts. Companies need to sleep in the beds that they've made for themselves. Read my lips. No new taxes. I've always wanted to say that.
Read my lips. No.
So whether you agree with this statement or not, I actually ran a poll on my Instagram taking a screenshot of this tweet, and hundreds of people voted yes, and I believe 7% voted no. So for those 7%, why do you guys disagree with this tweet? I feel like the point that I'm trying to get at is, when do these bailouts actually stop, okay? So what I mean by this is that when the CEOs and the C-level executives of these companies are getting paid exorbitant amounts of salaries, which they should be, they've earned the right to be in that position. It's a very difficult position to be in. However, if they're earning $10, $15, $20 million a year, like some of the C-level executives of these airline companies, and they've literally been using their free cash flow to inflate their stock price after all these years, at what point does it stop? In 2008, a lot of businesses were bailed out. Some were actually left to, hit the fan or kind of bite the dust. And yes, those did cause ripples throughout the economy, as rightfully so, as they should have. However, are the ripples worth getting rid of the zombie companies? So at the end of the day, you guys, I'm not trying to turn this into a political discussion, but I am interested to hear your thoughts about that. And then finally, I want to end this video on a positive note. My friend Ryan Scribner, he actually started this hashtag called Social Bailout. I thought it was pretty cool, where him and his girlfriend, they went around their local town to local businesses, supporting their products, supporting their services, buying gift cards, pretty much trying to help them get through this hard time during everything that's going on right now. And some people comment on my videos saying, Marco, you pat yourself on the back every video, aka I'm bragging about something. So let me pat myself on the back here real quick. I live in Ohio. Our restaurants got shut down on Sunday night at 9 p.m. And when my wife and I had dinner, we actually tipped, I believe, 50 or 60% to our server. So here's a little, good job, Marco. Thank you, Marco. You're the best. You're welcome, Marco. So at the end of the day, you guys, this video is on the shorter side, but I just wanted to raise awareness. Ultimately, we are taxpayers, and a lot of these bailouts are coming from us. So I think it's in our interest to understand what's really going on. So let me know in the comments below what you thought about this video. If you don't agree, you don't have to downvote the video. You can just have civil discourse at the end of the day and be an adult. But smash the like button. Thank you, and have a prosperous day, you guys.